All right, halftime in the Ohio State-Michigan game where the Buckeyes put in a last-minute touchdown there to go up 17-9 over Knish's Michigan Wolverines. We'll see what his thoughts are for the second half. I don't think it's looking good for your Michigan Wolverine outfit, especially after that start.
Bro,
you needed a touchdown after that first turnover. But we'll get that and a hell of a lot more. A lot of games going on right now. Obviously, this is Hit the Books halftime special of the Michigan-Ohio State game alongside the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish. Producer Barb's with us. Glad to see that. I'm merely Brad Powers. Before we get into your super chats, comments, questions, concerns, before we get into all that, let me remind everybody that we are indeed brought to you by FanDuel, and the college football season is delivering weekly showdowns you don't want to miss. Right now, all customers on FanDuel can score a 50% profit boost for any of the big week's games. Advertisement says Michigan, Ohio State. We're watching it right now. Here's how it works, though. You place a bet on the game, apply your boost, your profit boost, and enjoy boosted winnings when your bet hits. The best part, you get paid instantly when you win. You can use your boost on bets like spreads, totals, team props, so much more. Don't wait. Visit FanDuel.com/hitthebooks to download the app and boost your next bet on this week's marquee game. That's FanDuel.com/hitthebooks. Disclaimer. You must be 21 plus and present in select states for Kansas in affiliation with the Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Often required. Bonus issues as a non-withdrawable profit boost. Tokens restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rg/help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support. Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE New York, or text HOPE New York in New York. Paid endorsement. All right, Knish, what's your thoughts on the second half? I had to close out. I'm in the middle of the blizzard right now, so I had to close out. Well, what's that second half line looking at?
It's a little all over the place depending on where you shop, but I'm seeing anywhere from -4 to -6.5. And it looks like a couple other places open up -4. So, I mean, I think Michigan's cooked here. You had a few opportunities early to, score touchdowns, make it a game, put some pressure on Ohio State. You didn't, and then you let them slowly get control. Jordan Marshall's hurt again, who's, probably your best offensive player is going to be out. So,
touchdown on 4th and 5 is 7-point play.
Yeah. So that, and what was the Smith? Listen, if I'm being objective, I don't know if you can overturn that and call it a touchback with that. If he actually fumbled it out of the, sure, but like he's changing hands and losing it. So, I just don't, to be honest with you, they're probably a little fortunate here to only be down a score at the moment. They don't have the passing attack to get back in this. They just don't. And without their two top backs, now you're literally leaning on a walk-on to try and pound the ball. And you just don't have the advantages in the trenches this year. So yeah, I think this one's toast. It would be Ohio State or nothing for me second half. Over under 21.5. Would lean under. I mean, there's a little bit of I don't know if the weather's going to get there. But there's weather coming in. I know you're dealing with it.
Yeah, there is. And I'm experiencing it right now outside. I can't. It's almost zero visibility.
So. Yeah, it's about to get ugly here in the Midwest for the first time this winter. So other games, we'll just rapid fire. I'll go at them. Get Texas Tech 28-0 over. Completely outclassed. East Carolina 42-3. Looks like Florida Atlantic cashed in the season early. I know some people on Friday's show were asking us about FAU. Thankfully, hopefully everyone stayed off that. Kentucky, complete no-show.
Tough handicapping who's going to show up and who isn't. Market said Kentucky was going to show up. They flipped a favor in some spots prior to kick.
Yeah. And I know, and Louisville, injuries-wise, both teams were beat up, but
Louisville had no running backs, although did Miller Moss return? I didn't play. Look at the game by game on that one.
I saw the report early. He did. Let me make sure I didn't get eyes on this one, but let me make sure the box he actually did start. I thought I saw. Yeah, he was in 9 of 15, 160 and a touchdown. And Kentucky just nothing going. Colorado, Kansas State, ugly. Toledo, Central Michigan. this, you know, this is my bet regret of the day was not
Under
well
or Central.
Central, both. Honestly, I didn't. Under wasn't as much of a look for me, but Central.
Another Jason Candle special.
It's really, you're right. He's like Kirby with the 40-point spreads. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the number every time. Every time you just fade him in these.
He's
spots.
good for 3 a year, which is unbelievable. He should be fired after the game if they lose it.
I agree with you. Clemson, South Carolina, a little bit of back and forth there. Clemson a little bit more offensive. Then we were looking UTEP, of course, losing. Shocker. And I'd say the most surprising result so far, UCF was up 14-0 on BYU. Now 14-7.
BYU already in the Big 12 championship game. Doesn't matter. There are some reports that Satake might be on the move. So that's probably a bet regret. But UCF hadn't shown much for a while. So I would have thought that they'd showed something in Provo with that trip. But everyone, BYU's got to be in. BYU's got to be in. Oh, yeah, they got to be in. Although I do think these guys are in trouble because every single result that they need, for the perfect scenario, them getting out is happening. So,
this one's not, the Michigan's not happening.
Well, that's not happening. But I mean, I just think if it comes down to them or Miami, they won't have the guts to put in Notre Dame. So there you go. Let's go. You know what? Before we go to the chat, we got to talk this game from last night. A&M, Texas. I saw your tweet. I agree with your tweet. I mean, we're full disclosure here. We don't hide anything. I don't even trust what I'm seeing half the time anymore because I'll walk you through the game. Obviously, I did like Texas before. That's well noted. I mentioned on multiple shows.
Yep.
Marcel Reed gets hurt. You know what I'm doing? I'm betting, Texas, some more Texas. Because, he's flopping around like his foot got cut off. I'm not betting a ton because I know how kids are these days. And sure enough, a minute later, he's running full speed. But then after that, I'm like, what the fuck? A&M is clearly the superior team by halftime. If my life depended on it and I had to make a bet, I'm betting A&M in the second half. And then it's just completely different. Arch Manning looks like a total bum, like a well below average quarterback in the first half. Comes out and plays up to the hype. Do you trust what you're seeing? I saw your tweet. You're getting, I don't know how people are getting on you for that. Because I know it totally flipped. At the time, you were right. Arch was terrible.
First half, he was brutal. And second half, he did make a couple throws, but it was really Texas just taking it to him in the trenches. Texas offensive line, much maligned, were able to kind of run the ball, get in there, and then defensively,
who saw that? Texas hadn't had a single game all year where they ran for over 100 yards with a running back gaining over 100 yards.
Yep. Yeah. No, that was something. That second half, you got me on that head to head.
You got me on the Egg Bowl.
I know we were both the ones we both like. You like Mississippi State more. I like Texas A&M more in the head to head. Of course, that's the way it would work out. Where both are rocking chair winners at the end the other way. Who's gonna this? Boise State wins.
Boise has the computers.
That's what I was thinking too. I think Boise's in, and then who else is in?
On the New Mexico, I don't know how the other computers will handle New Mexico the San Diego State result. UNLV's in the mix too if they win. So it'll be 4 teams in the mix. The computers are going to like Boise the most, probably.
I think so too. I think that's almost guaranteed.
Yeah, they're definitely one of the two, which hence they were 4-1. Remember on Monday's show, I said they were like 4-1.
They're 5-1. 5-1.
5-1. And it's likely they're going to have a home game too and be a favorite.
Yeah.
So that was another fortunate. Boy, they should have covered against Utah State. I don't know what the fuck they were doing at the end. They should have just kicked it, but whatever. I didn't understand that. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I did bet some Georgia to win the SEC today. I don't know if you saw that because people are going to be asking about futures. And again, we'll get the super chats here in a second, but I think there's some play there because I think Auburn's relatively live tonight. They're playing Ole Miss. They're going to be a huge favorite against Ole Miss, especially if Kiffin's gone. So, and I like if they're playing Bama, revenge. So I did like that. Bet Julian Sang to win the Heisman this morning too. So we'll see how that turns out.
What do you think? I thought he was okay in the first.
Yeah, he was okay. But it was another play against Mendoza. That was Like, I know they crushed Purdue, and
Yeah,
I
but it
bet
was
Purdue.
it was a very meh Mendoza game.
Meh. I mean, he should have thrown like 2 or 3 picks. He was horrific, man. The Buckeyes are going to chew them the fuck up next week. Can't wait for that one. Let's go to the chat. Enough of me. Reichs 101 499. Can I get your takes on Oregon minus 6.5 and game over 50.5? Thanks, fellas. I prefer the over compared to Oregon minus 6.5. The weapons are back for Washington. I like that. There's been scoring suppression for both teams because they played multiple games in shitty weather here recently. So over for me, over 50.5.
There's a 50.5 at FanDuel right now.
That is best bet material for me. I'll own that one.
Yeah, let's go with it.
Best bet, Oregon over 50.5. Like it. I saw some orders come in, some big ones from multiple people. I think Tent was on Washington, some other people on Washington. I'm kind of indifferent on that.
Yeah, I mean, I would lean that way at 7, but we'll I agree with you. I like the over, especially at the 50.5 number. That's going to be we could be going quickly because I'm seeing mostly 51.5s in the market. So that was a good grab there. We'll also go, you know what? Going to go Barb. I sent it to Barb. We're going to do a prop in that game.
All right.
So there's a little bit of risk and high variance in this one, but going to go rushing yards, Jonah Coleman over 33.5. So again, I know it might be, my thought is they've kind of held him out. He comes back. I'm not going to say he's get the full carry share, 20, but that number's so depressed. I mean, 33.5, he needs 8-10 carries. I mean, you're talking one decent 15 20-yard carry, you're in a great spot. So I think that number's way down because maybe, and again, he could re-aggravate it, he could be on a, maybe only get it. I do think though they've been kind of holding him back for this one, and he'll get more of a load, and that number's pretty depressed down there. Also Washington, a couple of old linemen back, so to go over 33.5 there, and I think on a number that's pretty light.
I like it. There you go. Props. Reichs also came back, 499. Any leans in USC, UCLA? Also, South Florida team total over 42.5. Rice defense, no resistance. Thanks. USC, UCLA, it's a little square. I'm on over 58 is what I was seeing earlier today. That's what I bet there. I'm looking currently.
I see mostly 58.5, 59. 21.5
is good.
Number really hasn't moved all week. It would be, yeah, I know, but it would get trouble if you're a Trojan. But honestly, I would square it. I could only lean USC. But I haven't played this one.
Nah. As far as the USF team total, again, I don't know with Golish gone or likely going somewhere. Tough to handicap their frame of mind. They're not going to the American Championship game. So I don't know what their frame of mind is. Rice can win to go to a bowl game. Very similar to what we had yesterday and our loser on fucking Temple. So very similar game.
I actually thought Temple played hard. Their defense just gave up a shitload. Like offensively, they were moving it all game. Just North Texas, and when their offense is rolling, it just keeps rolling.
You can say the same for South Florida, but I do. If you can find a 28.5 out there, I that would be my preference on that game as opposed to betting over. I'm not going to be a wild guy betting over 42.5 team totals. I'm just not built that way. Action Sports Central. What's the late move on Jack State? Western Kentucky has to be the play, right? Well, it is the play. Because speaking of plays, it's a best bet. Western Kentucky minus 2.5. That was yesterday. Got Washington plus 7.5.
Jacksonville State did take some money today. I think it closed like 1.5. So yeah, there was a move on Jacksonville State today. So we'll see. That just kicked. So we'll see how that plays out. But
we got Washington plus 7.5. Wake plus 1.5, like that one. Florida State plus 2.5. Maryland plus 4. Those are the best bets pending. Jimmy in the chat also lean Rutgers over 14. Yeah, if you're catching a 14.5, I'd lean that way. Although Penn State's certainly playing a lot better under the interim. I think both teams will play hard, going for a bowl. Where you at on that one? I haven't bet that game all week.
Me neither. And I know Penn State. Like early, I There's one I see 14.5 out there on Rutgers. Man, that's
tempting.
It is tempting. Yeah, I'm probably going to play that small.
Yep, I would agree with that. Chance, someone close to the Auburn program telling me Ashton Daniels has stomach bug. Still trying to give it a go, though. Uh-oh. Deuce was on the loose, though, last week.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because you said you talk quarterback, but like I don't know how much each. I think you were going to see.
Well, if it gets ruled out, Alabama's going to go to 7. I'll tell you that. I don't have the inside info on that one. So Auburn, if he was healthy, I'm thinking Auburn's the sharp side. Kind of indifferent on that one. Haven't done much. I think there's some stuff I don't like reading out of the Alabama program. The DeBoer smoke I don't like. There should be zero smoke when you're at Alabama, but
you don't think he's actually leaving for?
I don't think he's happy there, and I've heard that even when things were going good this season. So that I do believe in that. Steely Dan 69-48, great band. Vols team total over 34.5. I could lean that way. I definitely think of a higher scoring game.
Yeah, I do think it's a higher scoring game as well.
I know you're on Vanderbilt.
Yeah, but even then, I think if the script is more, it's going to be up and down both ways. So,
yeah. Team with the ball last wins. Grand Marshall 505, new member. Appreciate you, Grand Marshall. Charles Saul 7849 499. This has way less juice than the halftime show last year. I need to know if BP will be awake fighting tonight for Stanford team total over 7.5. You damn right I'll be over there fighting for Notre Dame's playoff lives as Alabama beats Auburn and Oregon beats Washington. Oklahoma beats LSU, and then it's going to be the Notre Dame Miami debate. I'm really looking forward to that for the next 2 weeks. All the guys on Twitter making the case for Miami.
I will say
I do like Stanford team total.
Yeah,
I like the game over 49.5, and I like Stanford team total over.
I'll join you on that team total. Well, where I saw you send that out earlier. Never.
Yeah, team total is good. Reichs is asking about $1.99, ND over 49.5, Irish style points. I like, but you combine the two. I think Notre Dame can possibly get there themselves. I'm thinking higher scoring. So if you can't get the 7.5 team total on Stanford, over 49.5 is worth their best bet. I like both. I prefer the Stanford one, though. That's asking a lot. Stanford offensively, for whatever reason, they're like twice as better at home than they are on the road. So back to the Action Sports Central, $1.99. Troy, Southern Miss thoughts. I bet Southern Miss early in the week minus 6.5. It hasn't moved all week. So I thought it'd go to 7. Where you at on that game?
Yeah. You know what? I didn't have anything in this one. I tend to agree with you. I would lean the Southern Miss side. To be honest, I was hoping for a little bit better price there. I didn't want to lay. I
think they've been playing possum the last couple of weeks. They've known that it's going to come down to this game, and they haven't been optimal. Braxton sat out a game, and then but I'm not a huge fan of Southern Miss though. So I don't know if Troy's got enough offensively to keep pace.
Yeah.
Jimmy SG5UU, Wisconsin, or is it too late? Yeah, it's too late. You can't lay it on the road with Wisconsin, right?
No,
we're looking for Minnesota. Can we get a 3?
I see 1-3 in the desert.
Yeah, I do see that.
But no, Jim, don't do that to yourself now. You could have even talked to me, and this game and points at an absolute premium in this slop fest.
Tough with it's going to be snow, and it's going to come down to like whoever takes care of the football. So you're right. Normally through 0 isn't going to matter, but when the total's in the 30s, crossing through 0 does matter a little bit more. Well said. Joey Pucks, do we got any of that? Toma's looking for it.
Yeah, let me see what we got going for today. I should have had this ready because I know people were going to ask. Let's go. Oh, that got bet down. We're going to go. I was going to do Sabres, but it's steamed down way too much. I want to check price here on Minnesota. Yeah, let's do Minnesota. Let's do same game under. There's some 6.5 minus 130, minus 125. FanDuel's minus 134. So under 6.5 there. If you got cheap 6 or a plus money 6, that's okay. But let's under 6.5 in Sabres Wild tonight for the Joey Pucks action.
All right. That is Mr. Knish, Joey Pucks. That's what you guys are all waiting for. Dave's asking about BC minus 2.5. Talk him out of it. I don't think we can.
No, I bet it. I don't know if I'd call it a best bet, but I'm with you. Davey. I bet some 2.5, couple 2.5s out there. I mean, I could see a lot of this game playing out a lot of different ways. I wouldn't go the farm. I wouldn't take the farm, but I like BC. I know I can overall snow starting here over in Midwest. I tell you what, if Michigan could have been up, a score here.
Yeah, I know.
And then the weather.
Needed it after that interception. They needed to punch that in.
Yep. So
we'll see what happens. Couple more and we'll call it a day. Charlie Day, Cal LSU money line. I don't agree with either one of them. No. I think there's some variance in the Cal game a little bit, but LSU's cooked. Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma against the spread in that game. The action's asking about CMU. Still can't win the MAC, can they? No, I think it's going to go to you know what? I was assuming it was going to be Toledo winning, though. But I think it's going to Miami, Ohio, is it not?
I think, yeah. I went through it the other day. I think because Western's in, and then it would be a 4-way tie between Ohio, Toledo would be out. Ohio Central, Miami of Ohio, and I agree. I think it's Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, I think it's yeah. Action saying, yeah. I was playing around with it, and it was pretty much Western Miami rematch. Couple more, or at least one more. I saw Tyler was asking about Tulsa UAB. I like Tulsa. I think they're playing their best ball this season. They got a first-year coach trending up. UAB interim coach, haven't covered the last 4. You got players stabbing each other in the locker room. I mean, are they? How could they be focused this week with what that's going on? I like Tulsa. They were up 31-0 on Oregon State. Oregon State scored a couple of late touchdowns. Beat Army outright. This team's rolling. Tulsa, big. Love Tulsa. I got nothing else. Action's asking about Texas Tech BYU line. It's going to be double digits easily now.
Oh, yeah. Well, the look ahead was 10.5, and I would say after today,
it's going to be closer to 2 touchdowns.
I'm thinking we probably repost 13.
Yeah. John says Tulsa minus 8.5 is a play. Yeah, it's a play for old BP. So it's up to Joey if he wants to best bet that.
Oh,
he can't do it. All right.
Oh, I can't.
You can put it on me. I haven't been doing well, though. I think I might get fired from the other show because I can't win a bet. So just is what it is. Yesterday was rough, to say the least. I got nothing else. You got anything else? Somebody's saying SMU valued winning the ACC at minus 110. I think. Well,
so I saw
the worry I have is all the money coming in on Virginia Tech. If Virginia loses, then I don't like SMU winning the ACC.
That's your biggest problem.
Yeah.
Yes, because you need SMU Virginia for that to have value. Virginia loses, then you got Miami in, right?
Then you got negative value. Yeah. Well, I think it depends on Wake Duke. If Wake were to beat Duke, and that's a 50-50 game, I definitely think it's a bet, but not like a big bet. You definitely need SMU UVA. And I didn't like the market. I mean, they bet against UVA like 2-3 points like they knew the final. So I didn't like that this week. I got nothing else, man. Does Barb have a best bet? She can respond. You can come on or respond in the chat. It's up to you.
Jack, you son of a bitch. Bears. Do you see the Ragnow news?
Oh, really?
He's out. Grade came in for his physical, grade 3 hamstring strain.
Oh my God.
Can't come back. So, yeah, I think the Lions are cooked this season, and the Bears are actually like, yeah, I will say that was impressive. That was for a team
ran right down their throats.
Yeah, right. I've been calling fraudulent all year. They just absolutely buried the Eagles. Man, we miss Ben Johnson badly.
Yeah, you do. There was some questionable stuff. That was my first time really sitting down with no distractions, watching the Lions close, and I was like, oof.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I could see why you bet the Packers early in the week. I didn't understand it, and then I did. I watched the game. I'm like, oh, Knish is correct about his team. I was wrong. How about last one? Forever, because all people do on Twitter is tweet about winners. I don't think it was a good last couple of days for many. I mean, if you looked at, especially in the NFL, do you see how many people got eliminated in Survivor? Just like that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Got eliminated. Just boom. Just like that. I mean, literally like 99% of the people gone. So it wasn't great there. What also is going to be eliminated? What, the Buckeyes at midfield already?
Yeah.
They score here. It's definitely.
It's toast if they score on this drive.
Yeah, if they score a touchdown. I mean, it might get ugly then.
I was going to say, it could go real.
I got one then for you guys. I don't know if they kept it up, but there was like some Ohio State minus. There's got to be one book up there. They had like some minus 145 Big Ten. That's a play to win the Big Ten. That's a play. If some book left that by mistake up,
minus 195 at our friends at FanDuel now.
What is it? Minus 195?
Yeah.
I'd still lean that way.
No, don't do that.
What?
Minus 145, yeah, but I don't think the line versus Indiana will be much richer than minus 200.
All right. We'll get to that next week.
You surprised thoughts on that. Ohio State punting there at midfield, 4th and 2.
He does that shit. I don't know why. I guess I understand in this one. Because, I mean, Michigan can't throw it on you. But
no, you can't. No, we can't. Especially
and now. I will say the hang up for the Buckeyes. Short yardage. Their run game still, it's not great. So, I mean, that could be, if they ultimately don't win at all, that might be exhibit 1. They just, in the short yardage run game, in the games that'll be close, it's not impressive. They were struggling to score against Michigan. You saw that at the goal line multiple times there.
Yeah.
All right. For the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Joey Knish, producer Barb, did an excellent job today. Brad Powers, thank you for all your super chats, guys. We'll talk to you guys Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern. You just watch Hit the Books, part of the Hammer Betting Network, sponsored by FanDuel. Have a great day.